Hello everybody! Did you react here today? We're here to react to upgrading everything in Minecraft to the ultimate survival world, technically part 1 to a series by TrixyBlox. This was recommended by Squared Media Fan Club, and yeah, I'm kind of interested in seeing what kind of ultimate survival world this is gonna be, so yeah, without further ado, let's just hop right into this.
Spanning across 16,000 blocks, 10 different biomes, and transforming every in-game structure. I'm upgrading literally everything in Minecraft to create the ultimate survival map. I started
Alright, let's do this!
1 million subscriber special, with the aim to create a mega build that is also a completely playable survival map. Now, usually
that looks awesome.
Aren't really survival friendly, and they're on a much more massive scale. The purpose of this project
looks beautiful though.
A custom map containing a selection of different biomes and transform all of Minecraft's default structures and environments to create one epic and playable map. So today, we'll be planning the project, creating the map,
creating
structures,
vanilla structures, alright, and transforming the biomes.
And if
gotcha.
you want to get the world
Let's do this!
Once the build is complete, then make sure you get this video to 80,000 likes, and I'll transform the rest of the
pretty sure this whole series is already done. I'm just watching the first part to see how the series might go on the channel. But yeah.
Choosing only the most appropriate ones for this map. Now, I did my best to position each of these biomes logically in relation to one another, so that way you won't be walking directly from the snowy tundra into the scorching desert. I thought the plains biome was a good hub for the center of the map, which will actually be transforming later.
Well, it is the most
now, as you can see,
plain.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I'm sorry. Biome labels, as I plan to use themes in each biome, which I'll reveal a little bit more about once we've created the map in World Painter. Now, with our map planned out, I jump into World Painter to gradually create our custom island and slowly make this world a reality. Now, I originally planned for this custom world to be a fair bit smaller, but I ended up miscalculating the proportions of the world and made the map 2 times bigger. I build a mountain range
that's not good.
Biome, add in some rivers and a lake to break up the landscape a little bit, dig out a grand canyon for the mesa biome, add some sand dunes to the desert, before finally painting the landscape and separating them into their specific.
That looks awesome. Just from like the drawing perspective, it looks awesome.
Enormous. I can't actually even load the whole thing in to show you guys.
Oh my goodness.
To give you just a tiny snippet of what to look forward to, in
the
Mesa biome,
that's
I'm
huge.
planning to build a bustling Wild West town. A
like from the Lego movie.
Mines, where you may just find some secrets. I have so much story planned for this world, including an abandoned, zombie-infested village in the Darkwood Forest, various ancient jungle tribes in dispute over their territories, something mysterious hidden in the snowy mountains, maybe
like a Yeti.
Bob Ross reference in the Tiger Forest, and so much more. I'll even be including treasure hunts for you to embark on.
Never hurts to make a Bob Ross reference
from the villagers, so you can really immerse yourself in the story and uncover the hidden mysteries of the map. And there's going to be lots of secrets added to this map that I'm not even going to show you guys. I'd love to hear in the comments what you guys would like me to include. And I tell you what, while you're down there, hit that subscribe button so you can keep and be the first to know when it's available to download. I'm working on all of this completely alone with the help of my girlfriend in the planning process. So your support is really appreciated. So,
I had to pick that very specific picture.
And all of our biomes, it's time to paste in some vanilla structures, ready for their upgrades. Now, as you can see, I start by pasting in all of the villages in each biome, creating custom versions of Minecraft's.
It's always kind of crazy seeing people who are more skilled with building than I am. Like, my abilities with building are very weak, I guess the best word to say how I am at it. I'm weak when it comes to actually understanding how builds work and how to make stuff look good.
Structures, including the desert temple,
that's not where my skills lie. Still, seeing what kind of stuff people build in Minecraft is awesome.
I'm going to be adding some larger custom structures to biomes that don't include naturally generating ones. Next up, it's time to add in some vanilla trees. The plains biome doesn't really spawn many trees, but I thought I'd place in some oak trees in small clusters across this section of the map.
Nice.
Now, for the remaining biomes, I add in the appropriate trees, creating dense forests, similar to how they would spawn in a naturally generated Minecraft world. Now that our vanilla map is ready for a big transformation, let's get started with the plains.
Alright, let's do it!
Now, for the transformation of the plains, I wanted to keep things relatively simple and true to the original game. Keeping things a little less on the crazy side just makes sense for this biome, given that the plains is the most basic and common biome, and particularly as it's a sort of central hub to the map. and the first biome I'm transforming. Plus, these more simple upgrades will be something that you can use as a reference to build in your own survival worlds. Now, the first thing we've got to transform are the oak trees that we've just scattered across the plains. In the background, you can see our vanilla oak trees, and in front of them, I start building up
there is a noticeable difference.
Variants, starting with the smallest.
So was he building it with clay? Or no, not clay, wool? Was he building it with wool before and then replaced it with wood to get like a visual idea of what he was looking for? I think that's what he was going for.
I took a fair amount of inspiration from Zelda Breath of the Wild for this.
Oh, a great game.
So to help populate and decorate
so is Tears of the Kingdom.
Further, I created
the fact that I think Tears of the Kingdom is better than Breath of the Wild, but Breath of the Wild is still a phenomenal game. I love them both.
I paste in clusters of bushes and boulders around our oak trees and include a few larger boulder clusters as well.
Nice.
In the center of our plains, I build a raised section of land for a ruined portal. In vanilla Minecraft, these can spawn relatively frequently and pretty much anywhere. However, for this custom
wow,
world,
it's being built like one of those ones you see in Minecraft. What's Legends? I don't know. I've never really played either of the spin-offs. Well, besides Minecraft Story Mode, which isn't technically the same spin-off as the rest are. It's a drastically different game than the other two. You know, Dungeons and Legends. But yeah, I never really played the other two, but I have played Minecraft Story Mode. But that's probably my only one that I've actually played. But yeah, anyways.
And add in a few extra destroyed pillars for decoration. Obviously, there's plenty of obsidian here.
I mean, it looks awesome.
Make it much easier to build a working portal in survival. But you still need a diamond pickaxe if you plan to do that. I add debris from the pillars and finish the portal design with some of the nether leaking into the overworld. At the other end of our plains, on the edge of the biome, we place down a pillager outpost.
Okay.
Again, these structures tend to spawn in pretty much
now you just got to get some
However,
pillagers in there.
I thought that there should be more to these outposts than just a single tower, which
Makes
is
sense.
what I plan to add in this transformation.
That looks
For
pretty
the tower
cool.
design, I wanted to stick to something similar to the vanilla version. However, I decided to swap out the dark oak materials for their lighter oak wood variants to match the sources of wood accessible in the biome. I top the tower off with a small flag to symbolize a pillaged faction before relocating the tower slightly onto the cliff edge of the
It's
biome.
still astounding what some people could do with
These are the small
Minecraft.
builds that can actually sometimes spawn with an outpost tower,
Especially when they have the talent to do
by
so.
upgrading their tents to provide them with a little bit more shape. I only slightly upgrade the training.
This guy's doing an awesome job. Wait, did it say what kind of text did it say? I missed it.
Next,
I missed
for the
it.
cages, I change out the wood.
Yeah, this guy's
variants
clearly
and make
talented
them
when it
look
comes to
more
Minecraft
cage-like.
stuff, because
And lastly,
I could
I
never
added
imagine
a couple
myself
of my
building
own
this
decorations,
awesome
including
stuff.
a fire pit and some bundles of oak logs. I reposition our newly transformed decorations to fit around the tower, before surrounding the campsite with a spiked wood wall for a handmade look, and have this area act as a temporary fortified base for the pillagers.
Nice.
As an additional line of defense for the outpost, I include 2 guard towers that somewhat match the design of the main tower.
Makes sense. They want to make sure it's an impenetrable fortress.
Finally, we move on to transforming our Oak Plains village, starting with the first profession-based building, the Fisherman's House. Firstly, I branch off from the lake with a small river leading to a pond next to
I
the
just
village.
see all the
Next
villagers
to it,
just
I
chilling
take
in the
one of our
background.
village houses and repurpose the house for our fishermen to live in. I stick to primarily oak wood and cobblestone for this design. However, I opt for a spruce roof, which
The design kind of reminds me of the one world that you get to. It's like the brand new world that you get when you start on one of the other versions of Minecraft, like PlayStation or Xbox Edition. That's what that kind of reminds me of.
I create a small winding pathway leading to the
At least
lakeside
the
to
bridge with
provide
the
a few
fishboat stuff.
different fishing spots. I build a second walkway, connect it up to the path, and build
Which,
2
actually, funny
small
enough,
fishing
PlayStation
boats
was
in
my
the
first
shallow
introduction to
water.
Minecraft. I played Minecraft PlayStation
Second
3
of our
edition,
profession-themed builds
and I
in this
loved it.
village is a
And I
windmill for the
eventually bought it on
local
PC,
crop farm.
and
Once again, I take one of the
I used to
regular
play it all the
village
time.
buildings and
I don't play as
repurpose
much
it
anymore,
for
but it's
specific
still
role.
a really
Obviously,
good game.
This transformation looks nothing like
I'm
the
sure that if I
original
went back,
house.
I'd probably
The
love
farmers
it.
don't really get a nice building to live in. They tend to just work on the farms all day. So I figured a quaint windmill would fit perfectly. Using a cobblestone foundation, I built the tower of the windmill using oak wood variants, accenting it with spruce materials and a roof.
Now,
to
the
match
question
the rest
is,
of the village.
does
I
it
play
move
around
at
with
more
the
than
blades
3
before
frames per
settling on
second?
this
If
design
so,
featuring some
Pokemon
wood.
could learn a thing or two.
Now to the right of the
man.
windmill, I wall off a section
I'm just making
using
references to
stone
games I've
variants
played.
to create a dedicated
Sorry
buffer. I
if
decorate
they're
it
not
with the small
funny
custom oak
references
trees
or
we
anything, but
previously
yeah, anyways.
made, as well as some bushes and flowers. I add in a pathway and next to the farm, convert one of the small village houses into a house for a beekeeper. Now,
Nice.
this isn't actually one of the villager professions, but I thought I'd add it anyway.
Yeah, it's the touch that
For the large
counts.
space in front of the windmill, I of course had to add a crop farm, as the village
Well,
needs
the
another
thought
food
is more
source
of a right
besides
phrase
fish.
to that.
Oh yeah, and these plains
I don't know.
villages are exclusively veggie boys and pescatarians. Pretty environmentally friendly compared to the Wild West town. But we're going to visit that another time. Anyhow,
Gotcha.
these rough stone walls fit perfectly with this simple building style and allow you to build an easy and relatively
Dude, it looks
good-looking
so
farm.
good. It looks
I
so
divide the
cool.
farm up into 3 fields, one for wheat, one for potatoes, and another for carrots, before branching off with a stream for our water source. Now, with our farm all done, I wanted to work on the layout of the remainder of the village and create some new, more natural looking paths. I upgrade that small oak tree in the middle for one of our new custom ones and create some new village bell designs to fit beneath.
I kind of
and
like the
gradually
aesthetic of how it
repositioning
looks
the
like
rest of the
it's just
village.
one massive village with all
For
the
our
different
next
paths
villager
to
profession building,
look around
we're
with.
upgrading the library. Now this upgrade stays pretty true to the original.
Like, you
with
just follow
really
the paths
minor
around to
changes
check
being
out the different
made.
places.
Mostly just by adding a bit more complex detailing to the walls, an interior, and of course, adding a new spruce wood roof. Before moving on from this building, I topped it off with a small bell tower, mostly just for that extra little bit of detail.
Makes sense.
Now we're almost done with our profession themed buildings, but I decided to transform this double roofed village building for a stonemason. The materials for this building changed a fair bit, replacing most of the wood with a mixture of stone brick and cobblestone blocks to fit the theme of the building.
Okay.
I split the double roof in half and repurposed the second half for a small outcropping roof to shelter one of the building entrances. Out front, I built some custom boulders for our stonemason, and to add to that even further, created this miniature quarry out the back of the building, featuring this large, almost medieval
Making it trying to look like
to
they
break up the large
broke
boulders
up some
dug
stuff. I
from
don't
the
know.
ground.
Huh.
I thought these little stalls could do with an upgrade, so I created a nice courtyard for a proper market where villagers could trade and sell goods.
Nice.
The back of the market features our final profession-based building, a travelling wagon for the cleric. Now,
I like how it kind of makes it feel so that way people
in a
are trying to just make a living out there
have in this
with
village as
these
well. However,
little
I decided
shopping
I wanted to
centered
create
places.
this wagon for the cleric instead because of the mysterious and magical items that they can typically sell in-game. I thought it'd be more interesting to make them into these mysterious travelling merchants that sell items across the map and fit with that style a little bit better. This
Makes
also
sense.
lends itself for some great backstory later on in the project. I complete the merchant's wagon with a couple of horses attached to the front of it, before adding a cart with supplies in the centre and finishing with a few benches either side of the path.
Okay.
Now for our final notable building of the village,
Improving
it was
the
time to
watchtower?
transform the church. As I mentioned
it's a
earlier
church.
in this video,
I always
my
thought it was a
plan for the
watchtower.
plans
You mean it was a
biome
church?
was to
I thought it was a
transform the structures
watchtower.
here to mimic the style of the
Oh,
vanilla
well, now I feel
default
dumb.
structures and theme the structures in the remaining biomes differently.
Oh,
So
man.
perhaps I could feature some of those places of religious worship in those biomes. I also previously stated that I'd be using Breath of the Wild as heavy inspiration for this biome, and realised that this church somewhat resembled that of the Temple of Time. Usually
Nice.
for my builds, I tend to go much bigger, so being a little
I
bit
remember
restricted
trying to
the
climb up
size of
there
these
immediately
vanilla
after I
structures
arrived.
was actually quite difficult, especially for this church, as the
I also
original
looked
is
around a lot, not
absolutely
remembering,
tiny.
oh yeah, I have stamina.
Obviously,
And
this
I kept
upgraded
falling to my
church
death.
ended up being
I died a lot
far
when I
bigger,
first played Breath of the
more like a
Wild.
cathedral, but still felt
I
small
died a
compared to
lot,
how I
like a
usually
lot,
build.
a lot.
I detail it with a spruce roof to match the rest of the village, and top it off with a final small tower. The remaining houses of the village weren't profession themed. The rest of the job related buildings will feature in different villages across the map. But for these last few building designs, I stuck to the same oak wood walls and spruce wood, each of them
Okay.
varying slightly in shape and layout. With all three
Giving each
designs
house its
complete,
own
I add them
custom
around
feel
the
to
rest
it,
of
I'm
the
guessing?
village. And finally, for some finishing touches, I upgrade the small fountain outside the church, place some barrels of hay, whip up a small lamppost design, transform those small flower pots, and lastly scatter around some shrubbery to decorate. But with that, we
Okay.
upgraded our plains biome.
Nice. It looks awesome. It's interesting because just seeing it through this camera work, it really makes you feel like you're truly in a real world type of area. It's not like just the barren, like, hey, there's a few houses here and there's a church over there and stuff like that. There's actually, like, this feels lived in. This feels like it's been around for a long time. I really like that aesthetic. And the portal as well makes it feel ancient and just basically like it's been there for a long time. The whole feel of it feels really nice because it's just, it makes you think that people have been living here for a long time. That's actually really cool. I like that a lot.
I hope you're all excited to see where this enormous project takes us.
Maybe, we'll have to see.
The world download so you can play it for yourself. Remember to get this video to 80,000 likes.
Yeah, even though the whole series is already done, get it to 8,000
Again,
likes.
I mentioned it
Even though I'm pretty
last
sure it's
video,
already
but
done
considering
because
this
there's
is
literally a full
technically the
movie
1
on this
million
thing.
special video, thank you for helping me reach this massive milestone. Honestly,
I wasn't
it's
there
still
for that,
a
but
that
sure.
is a colossal number of you that liked my content enough to stick around.
I'm glad that people stuck around. This is a very fascinating video with how everything's being built. As I said before, it does not build. It's really interesting.
I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, if this video does well. If it does well, then we'll absolutely check out the next one. But yeah, just looks so good. It looks so cool to look at. It looks awesome. Oh, man. Well, there you go. That was a very fascinating experience. As I've said before, I'm not a builder. I don't fully understand everything about building. Even so, this was really fascinating, and I kind of do want to see where this series goes with the other biomes and stuff like that. And yeah, we'll just have to see how this video does. If it gets attention, we'll probably end up picking this up for the next one. So yeah, that's all I have to say, and thank you all for watching. If you're new to the JG Reaction channel, don't forget to subscribe. I'll be reaction fans to the channel. And if you have anything you would like to see me react to, go ahead and put in the comments down below. If it's time to check out the thing you recommend, I'll give a shout out at the beginning of the reaction, the recommendation. And if you want to see more of me, check out my gaming channel, JG Craft. We have a lot of gaming, it's a lot of fun there. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all around. Peace!